here from Potential Actually. Thank you for joining me on this short video. Meditation and its benefits have been featured in a lot of popular media. If you're like many, you might be looking to get into meditation but feel overwhelmed about how or where to start. I've created a series of short videos to help provide some guidance on the basics of meditation. Chances are you're watching these videos because you're curious about all the benefits you've heard meditation can provide. In this session, I'll talk a bit about the science that underpins meditation and explain how a meditation practice brings about mental and physical changes that lead to the benefits you may have heard about. Before I jump into the science, I want to take a moment to give a list of some of the most common benefits of meditation. If you jump onto Google and type in benefits of meditation, you're most likely to find some combination or variation of the following list of benefits: reduce stress, anxiety, and depression, better emotional health and overall mood, better focus, concentration, and decision making, reduced risk of memory loss and dementia in old age, improved sleep, assistance in controlling chronic pain and disease, enhanced self-awareness and self-compassion, improved relationships, support in addiction recovery, and promotion of healthy eating and lifestyle that support weight loss. Sounds too good to be true, right? How could something as simple as one pointed focus ever possibly do all these things? Let's jump into some basics around the science of what is happening in the brain during meditation and look at how that impacts our entire physiology. You can consider meditation like training for your brain. Well, there is a lot happening in your brain and body both during and after meditation. For the purpose of this video, I'll talk about three main areas: the default mode network, or what I like to call the narrative circuitry, the parasympathetic system, which I'll refer to as chill out mode, and executive functioning, which is often referred to in meditation as witnessing. You'll see many of the benefits of meditation can be associated to enhancing these three areas. A study at U of T by Norman Farr looked at how people experience their lives moment to moment and found two distinct ways of experiencing the world: narrative circuitry, also called the default mode network, and direct experience circuitry. As you may have guessed from the name default mode network, narrative circuitry is the brain's default mode. So it's active most of your waking moments because it doesn't take that much effort to operate. Simplistically put, you can think of it like the sleep or inactive mode on a device. Your brain is extremely efficient and does not waste valuable energy. If it's not actively engaged, it goes into power save mode. Narrative circuitry is responsible for generating a lot of the random thoughts we experience both on and off the meditation cushion. It's the area responsible for our monkey mind. Whereas direct experience circuitry is like the active or alert mode and is focused on just taking in and experiencing information coming to you in the moment. This is the area activating when you are being mindful and meditating. Meditation helps you to be in the direct experience circuitry more frequently. In fact, Dr. Daniel Siegel and Daniel Goleman are showing regular meditators can catch themselves in default mode and switch back into direct experience more easily. They can also stay in direct experience for longer periods of time. So why is being in direct experience so beneficial? When we slip into sleep or default mode, we begin to ruminate and reflect, which doesn't sound overly terrible. However, we generally very quickly slip from reflecting on our day into fretting or berating ourselves over something we said or did not say or did not do, for a variety of important reasons that keep us alive, our brain tends to remember negative experience better than positive experiences. As Dr. Hansen puts it, the human brain tends to act like Teflon to positive experiences and Velcro to negative experiences. What this means is that when left unchecked, it naturally goes down the path of least resistance, the one that takes the least energy or effort. And unfortunately for most of us, those paths are generally negative thought patterns. The more we reflect on those negative thought patterns, the more deeply we ingrain them, creating a vicious cycle. Unsurprisingly, the longer and more often we spend in negative thought patterns, the more upset we become, and in turn, this has a major impact on our overall mood and sense of well-being. In addition, if we stay in this default circuitry ruminating on negative thoughts, that upset can turn into stress and anxiety, which triggers our sympathetic system. And this is the system we'll look at next. Understanding what happens in our body and mind when we have a stress response helps to uncover why meditation can provide such a laundry list of benefits. There are two main systems or states that govern our body: our relaxed or chill out mode, that's called the parasympathetic system, and the stress response or sympathetic system. Whether you know these terms or not, you're likely intimately familiar with the experience related to them. Imagine for a moment you get up in the night to get a glass of water. As you make your way into the kitchen, you spot the outline of a person by the closet door. You go into high alert mode and your sympathetic system starts to take over, preparing you to fight, flee, or freeze. Suddenly, you go from groggy to completely focused. Your pupils dilate to help you see better. Your heart pounds, and the bronchi in your lungs expand, flooding your muscles with oxygen and blood. Your mouth goes dry, and you get that weird sensation in your tummy as every part of your digestive system starts to shut down, to concentrate all your energy on how you'll respond. You creep forward and take a closer look at the shape, only to realize your spouse slung their hoodie over a closet door and forgot it there. Immediately, you feel the surge of relief like a wave wash over your body as your parasympathetic system kicks in. Your muscles relax, your breathing and heart rate return to normal, your tummy gurgles a little and your mouth might water a bit as your digestive system comes back online. As you saw from that example, your sympathetic system gets you ready to respond to threats, which sends your body into overdrive. This is obviously extremely important to keeping you alive in the short term. However, over the longer term, being in this hyper state puts a lot of wear and tear on your body. It's like running a motor too hot for too long. Eventually, you burn it out. This is why a growing number of medical professionals believe chronic stress is at the root of many modern health issues. Controlling stress is critical not only to your mental, but also your physical health. The brain doesn't distinguish between a physical or real threat and one that you've created through negative thinking. It and your body will respond to your boss or your spouse yelling at you the same way it would if a lion was chasing you down the street. Well, we no longer live in an environment where we're concerned about being chased by lions and tigers. In some ways, our technology-rich environment is more stressful than ever, and we have plenty of opportunities to ruminate. On our commute, waiting for the elevator. Much of today's stress comes from habitual responses to negative thought patterns. The better able we become to stay in our direct experience circuitry, the more we can eliminate negative thoughts that cause stress triggers. Also, the better we become at managing stress in the moment. But how do we stay in the direct circuitry and manage our thoughts? This is where the executive functioning, or that witnessing, comes in. Executive functioning is the part of your brain that controls your ability to stand outside or take a step back from your experience and make decisions about how you want to respond. It's the same brain regions you use when understanding other people. So it's basically enabling you to look at yourself from a third person or outside perspective. This can happen very quickly when it arises in the moment, so it's easy to miss. It's sort of like a scene from a cartoon where the action stops and then the angel and devil appear on the character's shoulders debating about what approach to take. In meditation, this is often called witnessing. Dr. David Rock calls this function your director, which is another way of thinking about how this function plays out in your brain. The more you practice meditation, the stronger your witnessing or director becomes. A strong witness or director gives rise to greater awareness about when you've slipped into mindless chatter and enables you to return to your direct experience more frequently and easily. It may feel that we have come somewhat full circle, as the witness or our director allows us to more easily notice when we've slipped out of direct experience into our default mode and then come back into direct experience. Why is this so important? Well, it turns out this dynamic of strengthening your director to allow you to stay in the present moment is the crux of the benefits from meditation. Having a strong director or witness leads to the feeling of mental clarity and spaciousness, and it lifts you out of your default mode so you don't spend so much time on the wheel of negative thinking. Research is also now showing the structure of your brain actually changes as you strengthen your director, thickening specific areas of the cortex involved in cognition. This could potentially be why meditation is successful in staving off memory loss and dementia. It seems to quite literally keep your brain young. All of this also seems to be critical in battling depression, anxiety, addiction, and a host of other mental ailments. It also increases your immune system, potentially because with less negative thoughts and greater mental clarity, you spend less time being stressed. And when you do become stressed, you're better able to manage it. Research has even found a correlation between high levels of mindfulness and quality of relationships. Perhaps it's easier to get along with people when you're less triggered and more present with them. It also seems to enable you to be a better communicator. Overall, the benefits of meditation are numerous. And I could go on for a long time about the impact of changing your relationship with your thoughts. I find psychologist and meditation teacher Tara Brach summarizes it nicely, though, by stating that essentially meditation allows you to move from reacting to life to responding to it. While it may seem like a subtle distinction, it is a powerful one. With dedicated practice, you'll find your monkey mind tames and you can relax into whatever life offers. Whether things go well or poorly on any particular day, you can deal with it because you know how to remain soft and open. You're right here, open to your life and this world and this present moment. When you're connected into the present, the natural wisdom, beauty, and peace of your own mind and this world becomes apparent. From this place of wisdom, insight arises. As your meditation practice takes root, you see your life more clearly. Clarity and understanding seem to arise from nowhere, and you perceive patterns and connections you hadn't noticed before. It feels almost as though your mind is expanding. This feeling of expansion in space is what meditation refers to as awareness. So rather than calling meditation the practice of mindfulness, it might actually be more accurate to call it the practice of mindful awareness. In this session, we looked at the benefits of meditation and how your witness or director helps you stay in your direct experience circuitry, which in turn assists in reducing stress response and underpins a lot of the benefits of meditation. As a final note, while I believe in the benefits of meditation wholeheartedly, as I am and continue to see many of them play out in my own life, I want to stress that it is not a substitute for appropriate treatment if you have any mental or physical ailments. Meditation can have profound benefits for people with mental or physical ailments when used under the guidance and alongside treatment by an appropriate healthcare practitioner. In whatever state you find yourself in, meditation can be a powerful ally in your physical and mental well-being. I hope this short video has given you a sense of the benefits of meditation and the science behind it. And if it's piqued your interest, I encourage you to check out the rest of the videos in the Meditation Basics series. Thank you for joining, and happy meditation.